Right, it's time for my next featured guests of the day because I've got two guests with me on my show. I'm pleased to be joined by two band members from an outfit they're called Stiltskin, and it's a female-fronted heavy rock group. And I just wanted to say welcome to my show to the both of you. Looking forward to interviewing you because I have heard a little bit about you.
Mm.
Thanks for having us, Dan.
Yes, no worries at all. How's life treating you? And would you just like to introduce yourselves and like where you are at present?
Yeah, well, we are Jacob Meibel, Jacob, who is the guitarist, backing vocals, and producer, and actually everything, really.
But everything about the music
Everything, yeah.
is my job.
And I'm Bonnie Jones. I'm the lead singer, and we're from Stillskin. We're based in Denmark,
Yes.
south of Denmark, in a little island, Fyn. And yeah,
And our third member, Michael Christensen, he couldn't be here today,
no.
but we
That's
are three.
fine. Well, yeah, two of you is good enough for me. Um, great to have you on. Thanks for taking time to speak to me today. And like as a band, how long have you been performing for? You know, like writing music and recording it. And was it kind of the route you wanted to take? You know, like the rock route.
Yeah, well, we've been in this constellation since 2017.
Yes.
A lot of the songs that were on the first album were actually written like 12 years ago.
Oh,
So the first album we did was sort of a mix of many different songs. Where I first came in 17, sort of, and put my songs on there.
yeah.
But yeah, the new
That's
album
right.
is us.
Yeah.
So that's
Right. We'll talk
yeah.
about that very shortly. I just got to ask before I forget, Stillskin, how did you conjure up the band's name, decide it? Do you remember that time when you had to decide on the band's name?
Oh,
Oh God,
that was a hard process.
very.
There's so many great names you could choose from, and a lot of them was always taken, already taken.
Yeah,
So, finally we've found a name that just sounded
cool.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And no one else had picked it,
Yeah.
so we were like, "That's the one."
Yeah. And the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah,
You haven't looked back since.
yeah.
Uh,
No,
It doesn't have any special meaning or
no.
no, no. And I did say like rock music earlier on. How would you describe your sounds like and the music you're trying to create?
Mm.
I'd say melodic rock. We've talked a lot about it actually because it's a lot of our songs are actually a really good pop song packed in with guitars and and heavy drums and all of a sudden it sort of becomes this
Hard rock
hard
thing.
rock
Yeah.
thing, which is
Yeah.
bit of old school and modern rock
Yeah.
sort of blended together.
Would you say have a little bit of orchestral rock in there as well?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, especially in the
On
new
the new
album.
album, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your new album, what's that called?
Love hate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit of ambiguity going on there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. I think all the songs you could relate in some sort of way.
Great.
Yeah.
I've just cherry picked some songs to choose from the new album to talk about. Let's go with the Vale, which I believe is track 9 from your new album.
Yeah.
That struck me because that's quite an epic song, like 5 or 6 minutes in length.
Yes.
Mm.
And it never returns, does it? It sort of goes forward and it keeps going forward.
Yeah.
So that's quite a special song.
Yeah.
The
And
eerie.
would
It's
you
not
say
like
it's
that.
quite a standout track?
Yeah, I'd say that
Yeah.
actually.
And
I
that
think obviously that's where a lot of the orchestral things come in as well. We've played a lot with that song.
Mm.
and with the listeners, will this album take them on a journey?
I think so. I think it's a journey of everything in life, really. You know, the way you fall in love or friendships or forbidden love and you know, the hatred that you can have in relation, it takes you in every corner of the feelings spectrum, I think.
Yeah.
So
Bit of a
yeah.
roller coaster then.
Oh yes.
Another track I wanted to touch on was called Rumours. Is that an
Mhm.
original song, is it? How would you describe it as well?
Rumours. That's the old song that we we changed, isn't it? From the old band. I can't remember now.
Mm.
No.
No, that's Never Alone.
Oh,
Uh,
we've made so many changes we can hardly remember it ourselves, you know.
So Rumours about
It's an old song that we've changed to the better, if you ask me.
Yeah.
man, no,
Yeah,
just let them be
it's
long.
the rumor.
Slow.
We've actually got a video coming out in a couple of weeks, maybe. Two rumors or four rumors.
Right. And
Yeah.
you know, on every album, that it has a lead singer. What song would you say is a lead single of this album?
The lead singer.
Sorry, lead single, like you know, the first one
Single.
off the
Mm.
album.
Oh, see, oh yeah, that's dangerous, that is.
Mm.
I don't know.
Or is it to be decided?
I think so. We haven't really, I don't think any of us have got a favorite song
That's
as
fair
such.
enough.
That it's very difficult, to be honest, because we're very proud of this album, and I think we've worked hard on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different genres,
Yeah,
um, song types,
yeah.
and
Meanings.
they're good in their own
Right.
special way.
Yeah.
So I don't have a favorite
Oh, I
either.
don't.
No.
Depends on my mood.
Yeah, that's funny with music, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
changes. Wanted to touch on Girls' Night Out as well.
The Joker.
That's track 10 on the album. Would you say
Yeah,
that's quite a crowd pleaser for the female fans?
I really hope so.
yeah.
Because it's written on a real life friendship. We are five girls in a group that have known each other for 25 or more years. And yeah, so I hope
Mm.
it's the Joker on the album, but it's definitely real life.
It's a more standard rock tune, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
How
it's a bit.
would you say it's like a rock version of Girls Want to Have Fun, possibly?
I think so. I would be very honored if anyone would say that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Have you managed to perform it in, like, say, live venues yet to a crowd?
not
No,
yet, no.
not yet.
And
Welcome to new.
Yeah.
oh, I meant to ask as well, what's a night out in Denmark like?
It's later than in England. I think
Ah,
the clubs they sort of is it 2 o'clock they shut in England?
on average, yeah.
I remember now. I've lived there for many years, but here they close at 5
In the morning.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do,
so
do,
they
And
drink a lot.
do
We,
you have
we
a lot of rock venues there as well? Is rock music highly appreciated there, like Europe?
we had in the earlier days, but
Mm.
not that many clubs with music anymore.
no
Um,
the
So
so
the sort.
a few
Sorry.
closed down, haven't they? Like
Yeah,
recently, it's on the
there
news.
are not many sort of places you can get gigs anymore.
Ah.
It's not a live sort of playing country really anymore. It's
Do you find
sad.
do you prefer like recording behind the scenes, like in the studio, that side of things, or do you still like to perform gigs?
we would still like to perform gigs, yeah, and we do a lot of preparations with backing tracks and so on to get the whole sound
Yeah.
out live.
How
Mm.
about
So
festivals as well?
We'd love to.
Hmm.
We really, really would love to. And I think that the songs that we've got, especially on the new album, they would suit a festival
mm,
because they're so, in my opinion, they're very big,
Yeah,
very loud, and
sure.
they
I
need the big speakers.
wanted to touch on track 5 as well. If I stand correct, it's called Dementia. Is
Mm,
this more of a personal album track to you as well?
yeah,
yeah,
very much so. Yeah. Um, I'm not sure how much we should go into it really, to be honest, but
Mm.
it's definitely very personal and
close relations.
close relations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did take a listen to it, and it did touch you in places, because I know in life, some point of people's lives, people do have experiences, with
Mm.
relatives who have like dementia.
Yeah. And well, if it touches anyone, I think it's a job well done.
Right. And
Yeah.
do you hear from feedback from people who listen to your music, who've listened to your music and write in? How's that
Yeah.
for you?
We before the album actually came out, it was on a platform for people that could review it and stuff like that. And we already got a smashing review, to be honest. It was
Yeah.
like a 90% out of 100, and he'd listened to every song and picked at every detail. It was really, you can read it on our Facebook
Mm,
on our side, but we get the same people that want to buy the CDs and the vinyls, and I
that's
think uh,
great.
I think they like it.
Yeah. And is this your second album, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say
And
it's a
good.
sophomore album then, like a second time round?
I think we've learnt a lot from the first album. Also because Jacob is the producer of the album, mixing, mastering, did most of the all the instruments, I think. I think, well, you can answer yourself, but I think it's been a good um, experience this time round.
Yeah, I learned a lot
Mm.
because the previous album was recorded over a lot of time, a long time.
Yeah.
So it was harder to mix and produce. Now it's more compact,
Mm.
and I've learned a lot from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And looking forward to 2025. Do you have a couple of shows that you're performing at the moment?
Got a few things in the bag. We can't, unfortunately, let it out yet, which is really annoying.
Yeah,
And obviously, Oz, who's our manager in Sweden, I know he's running circles around himself, trying to get the job done.
Yeah.
sure.
But again,
Playing gigs.
yeah.
And any other musical performers on your list you may like to open a show up with or share a stage with? Like, when you see the headline acts, who would you like?
Oh,
Who would you like to share that bill with?
oh, there's loads. I'm a big fan of Inglorious from England.
Hmm.
I'd like to open for them.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not, anyone really, because music's just really great. Not,
Yeah.
we're not that fussy. If you can get on the stage with your colleagues around the world, that'd be great,
Mm.
wouldn't it?
That's great. And anything further you may just like to add to the interview, like, to the people who listen to your music, or what would you like to say to people about rock music, to support, rock music and emerging bands?
Have you got any words of wisdom? It's
Mm.
it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, I think
Wegen jeg forstår
the rock music in general needs to be heard from people. I think people have some sort of idea that rock is just long-haired people and leather vests, but it isn't. It's just a story packed in a different sort of coat, really, isn't it? And we've actually done it. I'm just going to show this.
Oh,
That's the
nice.
first album. And what we did, we took 5 songs and made them acoustic because we think that maybe we could reach out to some other people who maybe didn't listen to a Stillskin album because it's rock. And I mean, on this one, you would be able to hear 5 of the songs. You might even like them.
Sure.
So, so we made this one as well to try and get people to listen to
to reach out a little
reach out.
broader,
Yeah,
broader
that's the one.
audience.
Yeah.
That seems to be quite a popular method now, going down like the stripped back route,
Mm.
acousticative.
Unplugged.
You got it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And where's best for people to follow you? Do you have a website where people can actually purchase a CD, mail order?
Yeah, we've got a few things actually. We've got our website, which is just stillskin.dk, but Facebook, I think, and Instagram. and then we have Bandcamp, where
Yeah.
you can get lots of t-shirts and stuff like that. The new album is on Elastic Stage, which I also think is UK based.
Sure.
There you can get the vinyl and the CD.
So
So that's where we are at the moment.
great. So plenty of opportunities for you not
Yeah.
not to be missed. Plenty of opportunities for people to buy your record.
Yeah.
Avenues. Great.
Yeah.
And I think that's everything I wanted to ask you for today. Thanks for taking time out to speak to me today and answer my questions.
Well, thank you for having
Yeah.
us.
And we'll play one of your songs on my radio show now. Any preference on what song you may like to for the listener to hear?
Oh, you're making it hard on us,
Yeah,
Dan.
I can decide for you. Do you want Girls' Night Out? That had a bit of a fun element to it.
Do you do that? Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, Girls' Night
Have
Out
it.
is. Well, thanks very much for joining me on today's show. That was STILLSKIN, special guest on today's show.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.